Welcome to another episode of What the Fuck Riot. Today, and it has been a while, but we are going over the newest champion, Sylas The Unshackled. First off, that name is actually cool. Good job, Riot. But we are going to go ahead and go over his stats, his skills, and whatever the fuck Riot was thinking. Note, everything's on PvE right now, and can and will probably change. Now, Sylas, not the vampire that terrorized Whitestone, but the anarchist that would give Marks a run for his money, has the following stats. Base MR 32.1 with an MR per level 0.5, base mana of 820, or it's not 820, of 280 with 50 mana per level, base AD of 55, which is kind of low, with an AD per level of 3, base armor of 32 with an armor of 3 per level, base HP is 585 with 85 HP per level. Base regen is a little low at 1.9 with 0.2 regen per level. Base movement speed is 340, which is freaking amazing. And a base attack speed per level of 3.5 and an auto attack range of a decent 175. As you can see, pretty strong stats all in all. Attack damage is a little low, but it's fine. Low mana pool though, to balance his speed and HP, probably a top laner if I had to guess, but I wouldn't say he can be a good mid laner. I'm not sure how you do in the jungle, I would have to see. Now his abilities are actually kind of lame except for his ultimate. His passive's a neat Tiamat effect on a 16 down to 12 second cooldown per skill cast, scaling with his total AD plus a base and 20% of all of his AP to all enemies hit around him. His Q, Chain Lash, is just whiplashes slammed onto the ground that explodes for a bit of extra damage. 9 down to 5 second cooldown, dealing 45 to 145 plus 60% of his AP, and when it explodes, it deals the same damage again. It also has a 15 to 35% slow, and the explosion ramps that up to 65 to 85% slow. Kinda crazy, but nothing unnecessary.
Wither!
His W is Kingslayer, which is a pretty badass name for a kinda neat skill. You lunge at the enemy and deal 16 to 150 plus 55 AP damage, and it increases if the enemy is below 40% HP to a total of 90 to 270 plus 83% AP. A decent skill that has an execute and built-in sustain for if you hit an enemy champion. You then heal for 50 to 250 plus 40% of your AP, and if you're below 40% health, all of that is doubled, which is kind of... So, you might be a pretty good skill if you're in a bit of a poke lane, so you just sustain through all the poke, kind of like Vladimir or Mordekaiser. Sylas's E is probably his lamest ability, but with the most utility. Abscon is a dash that gives you a shield, at least didn't rip off much. On a 10 second cooldown, it gives a decent little shield of 60 to 80 plus a massive 90% AP ratio. Then you can then recast the ability and activate Abduct, which throws out his chains in a direction, pulls himself to the first enemy hit, once again, Lee Sin with his Q, dealing a mediocre 50 to 110 damage, plus 20% AP, and doing a little knockoff. Again, mostly just a utility spell, and pretty boring all in all. Just a knockoff 2-leaf skills and one. Now, we have his ultimate, which is freaking amazing. And one of the most insane things I've seen Riot do. Hijack is his ultimate. 85 second to an insane 15 second cooldown. And when you activate, you shoot a skill shot to an enemy champion that steals your ultimate, and that's right, any ultimate. They have a Karthus, you have a Karthus ult. They have an Orianna, you have an Orianna ult. They have a Taric, you just gave your team invincibility. They have an Udyr, well, sorry. Now Sylas is a very AP heavy scaling champion. With 80 scaling on this passive, he is probably going to be a pretty powerful AP bruiser, which is nice since we don't have a lot of them in the game besides Mordekaiser. Wait. But he's kind of a boring champion in design. Very basic when it comes to his skills, except for his ult, which is just insane. Especially with that cooldown. I will need to get my hands on him, and once I do, expect several videos with him. All in all, though, I'd say Sylas is pretty tame for what he could have been, but time will tell how crazy he ends up being with all of that utility. Thank you everybody for watching, and don't forget, if you liked the video, please give me a like. I really enjoy seeing them, and if you have any ideas for a build or a video you'd like me to do, leave a comment, or if you just want a comment to say that you like the video, please do. In other words, I'll see you guys later.